my fellow classmates, colleagues, and teacher, and Mrs. Stern. Although this debate, according to the resolution, may seem to just be about the SPRAYS program arguing the future destinations of exploration, the scope is much broader than just this. The sides, as you will see in a few minutes, argue much, much more. The ideas of landing a man on Mars have recently changed from science fiction to a legitimate goal, bringing us unforeseen benefits and advances. As my partner Parker has already told you, recently Barack Obama and his staff have labeled a very specific goal for the future of the United States space program, which is where we developed our plan. As the Senate committee so expertly stated, NASA will be, and I quote, pursuing a series of increasingly demanding human exploration missions, including a manned mission to an asteroid in 2025 and a manned mission to Mars by the mid-2030s. Although it may seem confusing, the asteroid is a largely underrated target and will prove very beneficial both in its scientific findings and as a launching pad to help get us to the ultimate destination, Mars. President Obama hired the smartest people in this respective field to figure out the best possible future plan for NASA, and it is difficult to dispute the experts with multiple degrees on this topic. But even as I studied, the plan itself is flawless, with a cost-benefit analysis outweighing virtually any other NASA program ever before. As I presume my counterparts will contend, according to John S. Lewis in a 1996 report, there is enough of a mineral wealth deposit to attain about $100 billion for every person on Earth. However, as shown by multiple NASA studies on near-Earth objects, or NEOs, the asteroid found between Earth and Mars contains similar, if not directly replicated mineral deposits to that of the negative side's liking. If it is found that mining on asteroids would be beneficial, the obvious choice would be NASA's recent findings on the closer asteroids, rather than the distant rock blockade between Jupiter and Saturn. Another possible refutation to our plan by our opponents would be the Charles Bowden quote saying, "In a study released in December of 2010, NASA deemed a manned mission to an asteroid too expensive and thus not prudent given the funds available." Although released at the end of 2010, the study was actually conducted in November of 2008. If you look at the timing of the study on the budget, it is no longer a viable argument, as Bush's Constellation program was announced to be over by President Obama on April 15, 2010, which threw $100 billion back into NASA's budget immediately. And to discredit one more argument before the rebuttal phase, my opponents may state that after the retirement of the Space Shuttle fleet in 2011, there is no way to get to an asteroid or Mars. Au contraire, for not all of the Constellation program was negated, as the Ares and Orion space shuttles, built to fly both farther and carry more than the previous shuttles, have been constructed and are expected to be finished completely by the middle of this decade. Now that the asteroid has been established as a very tangible target, Mars will be a rather easy debate. As of February 3rd, 2012, last week, according to a NASA reporting, there are 840 NEOs, which are between the Earth and Mars greater than 1 kilometer in diameter. NASA has proven that there can be an outer space docking station with the ISS, and that we can take off from NEOs by our journeys to the Moon, which has a similar structure to these other NEOs. And with asteroids this big, this perfect midpoint between Earth and Mars will be found, and from there, Mars is actually a rather simple goal. But why is Mars so important? The preservation of the human race. In NASA's mission statement, it was set forth that the main goals were, and I quote again, "to reach for new heights and reveal the unknown, so that what we do and learn will benefit all of mankind." Everything that NASA does and is to do from here is to benefit mankind, and to keep man from extinction is the best way to benefit us all. Two of the smartest men to ever live, Carl Sagan and Stephen Hawking, both agreed with the necessity of moving humans to another planet. In a BBC interview, Hawking said, or however he conveys his message through that computer thing, "Sooner or later, disasters such as a meteor collision, such as that occurring to wipe out the dinosaur population, could wipe us all out as well. But once we spread out in space and establish independent colonies, our future should be safe. Despite common belief, man can survive in a controlled atmosphere outside of Earth. You just have to find the right place." According to a Mars Society statement after conducting research by the Mars rover, Mars is not just a scientific curiosity. It is a world with a surface equal to the continents of Earth combined, possessing all of the elements that are needed to support not only life, but a technological society. In the study of the ground of Mars, as well as its atmosphere, it was found that it could sustain life as bacteria was found within the soil, as well as traces of water, ice, carbon, and oxygen. As I said earlier, this debate argues more than just NASA's next destination. It argues its mission statement altogether. Again, I quote, "NASA is to reach for new heights and reveal the unknown so that what we do and learn will benefit all of mankind." While actually getting humans to Mars to live is a stretch of the imagination, in time technology will improve so that this is a real opportunity. In just about a half century, man went from never having left the surface of the Earth to escaping its atmosphere. Things that we can only now dream of will one day, too, be more than just an idea. So in this decision, do not worry about colonizing the big red planet. Rather, vote to give that first step in favor of preserving human existence. Vote affirmative. Thank you.